Alright, today we're going to try to get the hay moved off of the pasture so we can get it ready to spread fertilizer for the next go around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that hay spear and put it on that tractor so we can get ready to do that. Without boring you from having to watch me hook this thing up in real time, just let you know that there's 3 points of attachment on this hay spear implement that we have to hook up in order to get it right. Once we get it all hooked up, we got to go out and test it, make sure it goes into the core of the bale nice and easy. So us being here in Texas, everybody knows it gets really hot and it's pretty high. So we're starting to get right in the middle of summer, and I think the high today is somewhere around 95 degrees. Humidity is probably, seems like 1,000%, probably another 75%. So it's hot, sweat a lot outside, so anytime you get to the air conditioning, get you a little break, kind of soak it up. Anyway, so I'm taking the truck down to hook to the flatbed trailer so we can get all these bales picked up out of this hay field and get it moved to the hay trap or hay pen, whatever you want to call it, out of the way so that we can put fertilizer back down on the hay field here in about a week or two. I learned something throughout this whole process, that backing a truck under a trailer while trying to watch your Bluetooth GoPro display on your phone and your mirrors and the trailer tongue behind you can be very difficult. But that being said, we finally got it done, and we're able to get the truck into position like it's supposed to, get the tongue dropped down on the ball, and get everything pinned up. But just the challenge of having to accomplish that was very difficult when you're by yourself without a guide to back you into place underneath the trailer tongue. So I learned a valuable lesson today. Alright, trailer tongue on the ball, pins latched, 2 chains, trailer brake wire, wiring hooked up, both jack plates up. Oh, handle is stored. We're ready to go. I saw it fit to mention here, if you notice, that we're now using the big tractor, the 9960, instead of the small one. I got trumped due to the heat, and Dad decided that he wanted to use the AC tractor instead of the open cab tractor. So that's why you're seeing this one. So we feed hay out in this pasture. It's 35-acre pasture during the winter. So we're going to put this first cutting up here in this trap in the very southwest corner of this 35-acre pasture. There's just a little pen built. Keep all the hay in, keep the cows out of it. And this is where it'll stay till the winter time. You can see we got a couple of bales in there from this past year. So I've been hearing about these snap things that the millennial farmer has. Shout out to the millennial farmer. Thanks so much, man, for all the inspiration and everything that you do. If you guys haven't checked out the millennial farmer on YouTube, go do it. He's up in Minnesota doing some big things up there, so y'all go check him out. Pretty cool dude. So I'm gonna give this snap thing a try and see if we can get that trailer full of hay unloaded. All right, here we go. Let's try it. Load one down. Just a few more to go. And so when we get done, this whole thing will be filled up by winter time. One of the added bonuses of using the bigger tractor is it doesn't require counterbalance on the back end of it because it's strong enough to lift the bale by itself. If we were to have used the smaller tractor, then we have to use a bale on the back hay spear in order to counterbalance lifting and moving the one on the front. Just helps it run better. And that's that. So we put them in here. We stack them up real tight because we don't want the edges, inside edges, to get any kind of degradation, mold, or anything like that on them. So we try to push them up real tight. You can see these from last year. They're pushed up real tight, but we leave a little bit of a gap down the middle as best we can, just to get good airflow around the outside. The tops of the bales here are going to have some degradation just from being out in the weather. I don't know if you can see this or not, but you see how the first little part right here, cows aren't really that, I mean, they might eat it, but they're gonna favor this stuff on the inside better because it's just been sheltered from the weather and it's good hay. So these new ones here, they'll do the same over the course of the year, and they'll get fed in the winter time. But anyway, so that's kind of how we do the stacking in here. And some people may ask, you know, fertilizer, what's the purpose of fertilizer? You know, and it's a little bit different than the reason you would use it on your yard. For the reason being is that when we cut and bale a field, we're taking all of the grass off of the field. So when somebody were to mow their yard, they mow the yard and all of the grass that's cut is left to fall onto the yard. Most people, some people bag it, but most people mulch their grass essentially, and it gets put back onto the ground, which then takes the nutrients from the grass and the plants that are cut down and returns that back to the soil. Well, whenever you're baling hay up, that's not the case, because you cut the grass, you let it cure, you rake it into windrows, then you bale it up, whether it be round bales or square bales, and then you're pulling the grass off the field. So that grass that's been cut does not return the nutrients back to the soil. So essentially, after every time you cut, pretty much, and remove the hay off of the field, you need to reboost the soil with the fertilizer, which returns nutrients back to the soil. Otherwise, your next cutting of hay or the next growing of a pasture or whatever you decide to do with it is not very good, because you've robbed all the nutrients from the soil by removing the product off of the field. And obviously we do that to feed the cows in the wintertime. So we fertilize after we cut hay, and that's how that goes. It's lunchtime. Ranch foreman brought lunch, sandwiches and chips, and some bottles of water. Thanks, Nana. That's it, guys. Sure appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the drone footage and everything we had to show about hauling hay today. Y'all don't forget to go like us and follow us on Facebook. We also have an Instagram page. Be sure and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also click that bell, and that way you'll be the first to know whenever we have something new come out and be released. Again, thanks so much for you guys' support. We really do appreciate it, and anything further that you guys do is above and beyond. But thanks so much for hanging out. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of our videos, as there is going to be more to come. So y'all be sure and go out and make a hand somewhere. Bless somebody today.